Good morning. So it turned out the greatest weapon against leftists and their assorted agents of chaos who want to rabble-rouse and bring down the West. Turns out their biggest enemy were cameras. Small devices like the one I'm holding, capturing photons. For example, police body-worn cameras, brought in about 15 years ago because all the lefties and their associated agents of chaos were saying the police were attacking them, hurting them, beating the hell out of them for no reason. Now we've had 15 years of body-worn police cameras on YouTube. A pattern has started to emerge and you're like, oh, some people, some individuals have much lower impulse control than others. I wish to refer now to the now infamous, the worldwide famous Manchester Airport CCTV footage showing the attempted initial arrest of a group of young British men of Pakistani Muslim heritage. The CCTV then pretty much exonerates the policeman, the agents of chaos, the young men involved in the skirmish with the armed police, posted the ending of the video where the policeman kicked and stomped one of the assailants. We've now seen the full photons, we've now seen the full video. 1 second there, Ralph, I'll come back to you 1 second. Maybe I can walk with baby. That's it, if you push the baby in the pram, that calms them down a little bit. Anyway, go forth and have babies as well. Go forth and multiply. Best thing ever. Turn yourself from a boy into a man. Have some kids. So, yeah, not only is the policeman fully exonerated, we now have 99.9% of the great British public wishing he'd kicked him even more. Now, I'm sure many law enforcement experts, criminology experts will agree with me, especially from those across the pond in North America, that the young assailants who attacked the police at the airport are very lucky to be alive. I tell you what, young man, better to have a cyst on the brain than a 9mm hollow point round in the brain. Wouldn't you agree, Ralph? Yeah, Ralph agrees. So again, as I say, just compare the impulse control of those armed police who have guns on them, guns. Compare their impulse control to the young man who tried to play the victim in this incident. Oh no, I was just lying on the floor. Look at me, I'm having a nap. I'm having Nini time on the floor. And this big steel toe-capped policeman is kicking me for no reason. He's stomping on me for no reason. Look at my poor mother having to defend me against these aggressive British police for no reason. Turns out the well-trained armed British police of Greater Manchester Police Armed Unit demonstrated incredible self-control, impulse control, when had this been, say, Mexico, the United States, Brazil, Canada, maybe even Germany, especially the United States. You throw a punch and break the nose of a female officer, you throw 2 British armed policemen onto the floor, you're turning into a lead bullet pin cushion. So, as I say, we started with a discussion on impulse control. We're going to end with a few words on impulse control, if Ralph will let me. He has no impulse control. He's a 1-month-old baby. But long lines of people arriving on the shores of Dover, and they're calm, they're smiling, they're lining up for their first free meal. They're lining up to be transferred to an apartment hotel in the city centre. Because we are kind taxpayers. We treat these illegal economic migrants with love, duty, respect, and care. But it's okay for them to be pictured in the leftist news as a bunch of innocent young men victims who are perfectly capable of standing in line calmly. Now, fast forward a few generations, and you've got young men born in Britain, British, passport holders. It's got an image of the king in their passport, of the crown at least. They're getting arrested, and they have zero impulse control, and they almost got themselves killed. And unfortunately, legally, if it were not for the incredible impulse control of the Greater Manchester Armed Police at the airport, If it wasn't for their impulse control, it would have been legally a good kill. Then where would we be? Who knows? This is Charlie Veitch reporting from great and sunny Northern Britain.